Welcome to Botches Off-Road. Join us as we talk about everything from gear reviews to trail stories, tent camping to rock landing, and all things to do with the outdoors. Today we have another special guest. Let's welcome JD. Thanks for joining us, JD.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
JD's got a couple little things that we want to do today on the episode. We want to talk a little bit about her rig. We're going to talk about a little bit about some of the things that she's been doing lately. She made a relief trip down to North Carolina. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But why don't we start out with your rig? What's your primary overlanding rig?
I've got a 2022 Tacoma SR5. I have right now a 2-inch lift on it, Pro Comp shocks, Patagonia tires, Old Man Emu leafs. I've got a Ironman 4x4 front bumper with a 9,500 pound winch synthetic rope. I've got a rooftop tent from CVT, which was a prototype.
I didn't realize it was a prototype.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting build. I started my build in 2023, and ironically, I had traded in my 2020 TRD off-road because I was like, I'm never going to do any off-roading. I'm not going to be hitting the trails or anything like that. And then fast forward a year, I'm in my driveway with like tools and YouTube videos going, how do I build this SR5 out? Right. But
oh man, that's SR5. Does that not have rear lockers on it? Is that true
Nope.
for the SR5s?
Yeah.
I was going to say, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. The reason I traded down was because I was like, oh, I don't need lockers. I never used any of this.
Right.
And here I am. So
I hear Drummond was pretty fun for you.
Yeah, it was my second time up there. First time was good. Did some stuff, did Marblehead before they, shaved it down to be a, paved roadway.
Yeah. Right.
This last tour was interesting. A couple of the guys from the Mitten State Tours group took us on a route called Titan Twisties. I got stuck every 5 minutes on Titan Twisties.
Oh, really?
I was about to say, I think that was gnarly last trip too, because me and Alex went down that with what's his name? I keep forgetting. Me and Alex keep forgetting the one guy's name, the other white Tacoma. I just don't remember his name.
I met him once, but I don't recall his name. He wasn't there last time. But yeah, we hit Titan Twisties, and they're like, "You're gonna be fine. It'll be all right." I'm on 33s, right? I'm on 33s. I don't have any skids.
Oh man!
And, like the first part of the trail was fine, and then we get to like the muddier areas, and like they were pretty much tank traps. They were pretty close to tank traps, and I was like, "Well, how do I avoid these?" Right? And I just got stuck from that point on. I tried to get around the first mud hole, and I got stuck. And I think it took us about 45 minutes and 2 winches to get me out.
Well, see, that's my next question.
Yeah.
Your truck's heavier than 9,500 pounds, isn't it?
No, it's 2 on the line, but no, it's not. It's not that heavy. It's back end heavy.
Sure.
With the big rooftop tent. I'm tall and I'm top heavy, basically.
Yeah.
And we're working on a solution for that when my wallet gets a little bit thicker than it is now.
Yeah, let me know what you do, because I'm going to be ending up all around that same path by choice, but I'm going to try to compensate for that. So
I know, like, I don't know if you guys go to Rigs and Coffee or not, but I'm dropping the truck off with Becker, and I'm doing Ironman 4x4's foam cell shocks and everything. He's just going to do everything. We're going to replace the leafs. We're going to do the shocks, the control arms, everything, because Drummond Island beat me up pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Mark, you should buy her leafs, Mark.
I mean, it depends on how good they are. I mean, I know mine are bent out of shape because it used to haul a giant boat.
Well, I've got the Old Man Emu 112Rs, which is 660 pounds constant load. They're sending me new ones because they sagged. So those are brand new. I don't.
Sounds like you could buy those old ones off of her then.
I probably could, as long as they're not been out of shape. But they're probably better than what I have.
Yeah, some saggy leafs are still better than no leafs.
I'll sell you the brand new ones right out of the box for the same price I'd sell you the used ones. I'm not going to use them.
Yeah. But I'm not running a big load, so it should work for me.
That should be plenty for you then, if you're not running a big load. I'm pretty back heavy.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to get you to send me a picture of your rig so I can put it for cover art somewhere in here.
Okay, I do a lot of photo editing, so I'll make it look cool.
Yeah, you got a lot. I'm on your Instagram right now, so there's plenty. But I mean, you also have. You said the CVT. It was a CVT tent, right?
Yeah, so I've been pretty lucky.
Prototype.
I've been lucky in my build so far. In true raccoon fashion, I've been able to Facebook Marketplace a lot of stuff. One of the ones was a CVT prototype tent that I got from a guy who used to know the owner of CVT before he sold it. And it was a tent called the Mount Fury. It was when they first started breaking into kind of like the hard shell rooftop tents. And so they had brought a bunch of models over from testing and they just released them, but they had hinge issues. So I got a pretty good deal on it, and him and I worked together to get the hinge fixed, and it's pretty big. It sleeps 4. It's got an awning that I can zip onto it, but it also has an annex that sleeps an additional 3. So
wow, that's great. Yeah, that's big. I think that's what I'm looking at. 4, I think, is the 4x4 Colorado that I'm looking at. Is the Alto Elite.
Okay.
That's I think that's 270 pounds. Complete aluminum shell, canvas. So I mean, it's heavy, but it should be durable. I should not. My reasoning, other than all the other stuff around it, is that's the one stop. Like, I'm not gonna go from like a Temu tent to like an iCamper to this. I'm gonna jump straight to the best one that I can find, and the biggest one that I can get for my family. And if that doesn't work, then I'm screwed.
Then you get a travel light and we mount it to your roof.
We are not doing that. You're not putting a pop-up camper on my roof.
I think I just saw a video of a guy who did that the other day.
Yeah,
it's a little one. It's only 4x4, and then it pops into big.
He was talking to me earlier about mounting a motorcycle like pop-up camper on the top of my roof instead, and it would be cheaper. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
To be fair, I wasn't saying your roof. Just in general, I want someone to do it.
Like I said, if you did it with like a flatbed or something, that'd be nice. Like I wouldn't mind having like an older Tundra with a flatbed that you could like put on like your overland setup onto it, like the Australian Utes. You know, that style, that'd be cool. But yeah, so you have the CVT. What are you running for air? For air up, air down?
I just have like a Via Air pump. So for alternative power, I built just like a off-grid power system. I run a house battery. So I have a 1,000-watt inverter in the bed. And then I have my house battery that I've run an isolator up to the alternator. It charges while I'm driving, but it also has solar hookups. I started with an AGM battery. Couldn't keep up. So I ended up taking the plunge and getting a Battleborn 100 amp hour Life PO4 battery. And that's worked fantastic. I've never had to use my solar. It runs everything from the diesel heater that I built to my lights. I wired my switches for all of my off-roading lights so that they can run constantly, even if the truck's off. So that's been good. What else do I have? I got a lot of stuff. I have way too much time on my hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal some pictures off your Instagram for cover art because you got some good stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in true raccoon fashion, like you said, you're running stuff that we get off a marketplace. Your lights. What are your lights running? Are they a certain company?
I used Last Fit.
Mm-hmm.
Just an Amazon brand. They're
Mm-hmm.
mid cheap. I'd say they're fairly comparable to like Oxbeam. I run pretty much all my lights with them, mostly because their customer service is fantastic.
It's good to know. I actually I have a couple of them in my cart, and I installed my chase lights. They've been on there. I just haven't wired them in, and I wired them in a couple weeks ago finally, before our botches trip, and so I have the Last Fit chase lights, and they seem okay. They're not like too bright, but they're bright enough that you could see them. So pretty happy with them.
Yeah, I have them running on the back. So I've got pods. I've got 2 on the left, the right, and then 2 on the rear. And I use those as my chase lights. And so far, everyone that's been behind me has not complained about being blinded.
Yeah, no, your light setup is really fucking cool. So
I like to be seen from space.
yeah, no, between you, what's his name? I'm trying to. Gosh, now I can't even think of his name. Yoda Disciple. Yoda Disciple, Sequoia.
Joe Yamber.
Yeah, Joe Yamber with his light setup. And then Mike with the other Tacoma. Okay. The forest green Tacoma. Those have been like the best setups for lights that I've seen. You three.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Mike?
Fournier?
Yes, yep. Fournier. Or a Foreigner? Fournier?
I don't know.
I don't know. Him and his family are awesome, but their light setup is like top notch. Super, super good. And then you have like Alex with like a light bar on his bumper. And
are you talking crap about my light bar? I don't know what's in there.
No. And I said, then you have Alex with his light bar on his bumper. It's
got,
beautiful.
I'm pretty sure I have less than Alex right now. So
yeah, you just put ditch lights on too, did you, Mark? From Oxbeam?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I like Last Fit so far. Their customer service is really good. I ran a trip out to Utah to look for rocks, and I lost the bracket on both of my fog lights. So what I had done is I just out in the middle of the desert, middle of nowhere. I had run my fogs to just like white LED pods, and then it's just on my OEM switch, right? So I just tapped it in, and I noticed that like when I turned my fogs on, they were like not bright, and I was like, "What's going on?" So I hop out, and I lost both the brackets on both of them, and it was probably, I didn't tighten it well enough. I didn't put Loctite on, whatever. So I called them up to get new brackets, and they just sent me a pair of new lights. They're just like, here.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Not that I would ever be evil, but I'm just saying, we like to hear that. I mean, we do.
It's nice that they like go above and beyond.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
So,
well, that you mentioned going to Utah, and that brings me to something else. I was asking Benji about his favorite place to overland and camp. What's your favorite place?
I don't know. I like to do a lot. I've got raging untreated ADHD, so I like to see all of the things,
Amen. Yep.
Utah is hard to beat, though. I'm not gonna lie. If you go in the off season, it's just Colorado, and Utah probably top 2 for me. But I've been a few places, and they all have something special to offer. It's not the same no matter where you go. So
yeah, I mean, it just depends on your outlook, I guess. If you look hard enough, you can always find something. It's like lower Michigan is just gorgeous. Upper Michigan's like going into a different state. To me, it's weird. It's like going west because of the rock faces and cliffs. But I've never been farther west than Wisconsin, so that's a big goal of mine to get out there.
I will say this: after moving back from Colorado, I'm not tempted to go that far back. I don't want to make that drive again.
Yeah.
Mostly because of Kansas.
Yeah.
I hate driving across Kansas.
Really?
Yeah, it's windy, and I'm a wind sail. Like I'm top heavy.
Right.
Yeah, for real. I get that. I
So-
get that.
Where did you? Where were you at in Utah?
I went out. I did Moab, and that
Okay.
was cool. I was solo though, so I wasn't really fully sending it. Also,
Very top heavy.
yeah, it was an interesting experience, but it was just me and my drone. We just did some cool stuff in Moab with that, and then I went to a mine out in the middle of nowhere, and I can't remember the name of it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Dugway. So Dugway, Utah is known for it's a military testing ground. It's a huge valley, but there's also lots of rocks. And so I went and I camped out in like the valley out by Dugway, and just looked for geodes and stuff like that. Just amazing sunsets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you find any rocks?
Oh, I've got buckets of rocks.
Dude. So JD's a rock hound too. I didn't realize that until I'm like posted pictures of rocks in Rock Hound group, and she's like, "Oh, you here too?" I'm like, "Hey, look at that, small world."
What do you know?
Yeah, we're out here stealing rocks from all of the places that we go. I stole a Petoskey stone bigger than my fist from a campground. Thank you. I'll take
I
that.
should have taken a picture of the one I got from Drummond Island. We were, was it Sunday or Monday? We went swimming out on the Fossil Edge.
Fossil Edge. I think that was Monday.
Yeah, I got like a big old rock that I dove in to get.
Oh, I thought you meant dove into. I'm like that.
No.
Hurt.
No, it was cold water, and someone was looking down and saw this really cool rock. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna get cold. Grab the rock.
It's a full send right there. That's how you rock out.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Have you guys ever been to Rockport?
No, I want to go. Well, I mean, when I was a kid, I went down to the mill. What is it? The mill or whatever you call it. Went down to that. I'd love to go back again. I actually forgot it was even a thing until like a month ago when I saw someone post on it. But it sounds like they were doing some changes over there too.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to try to develop it, which is a bummer because it's a designated dark sky area.
Yeah.
And,
Where is that?
It's over by Alpena. It's called Rockport State Recreation Area.
Yeah, it's one of the few dark areas, or designated dark areas left.
Yep.
There's not a crap ton of them.
I know we have one up in Mackinac.
Yeah.
Headlands, I think it's called.
Yeah. Good old state of Michigan doing what state of Michigan does.
Doing it.
You like the outdoors? Oh my God, you enjoy this stuff? Let's get rid of it. You're losers, you nerds. Go back to your job and pay taxes. What is wrong with you? That's just how I picture Michigan. Just a state, if it was to talk to me. He's like, you nerd. Pay your insurance, pay your taxes, enjoy our bumpy roads. Go back to work.
Where do our taxes go? We don't know, but keep paying them.
Yeah, just pay them. Stop asking questions.
I guess now's the time to hear about your second rig.
Yeah. The one that you save all the money from taxes on, because at least you save gas money on it.
Yeah.
That's true. I get anywhere from 32 to 56 miles a gallon. It just depends on how I'm driving. I have a 2013 Prius V5 that has been lifted. And I think it's funny that my Prius has skid plates when my Tacoma doesn't.
Bro, that's so funny.
I didn't realize Becker did that too.
Yeah. So it's got skids and it's lifted. It gives me about 12 inches of clearance, which is the equivalent to like a Subaru Crosstrek.
Dude, that's more than Zach's got.
At least it outperforms a terrain.
I mean, is it two-wheel drive or is it all-wheel?
It's all-wheel drive.
Oh my God.
It's pretty cool. I'm pretty jazzed about it. I really want to send it in the winter. It's got I want to say Falcon Wild Peaks on it.
which are great winter tires, I hear.
Yeah, and those are the summer tires. I have winter tires. I haven't picked them up from Becker yet.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, so it is. It drives smoother than my Tacoma. Hopefully that'll
Oh,
change
yeah.
soon. But
Wait. Are you gonna make the Prius worse or the Tacoma better?
Yeah, she had to pause.
I'm hoping to make the Tacoma better, but I might also make the Prius worse while I'm waiting for the betterment of my Tacoma.
I was gonna say that thing needs a light bar and some chase lights.
It's funny you say that. So the company that does the lift
Yes.
kits for Priuses, it's a company called Prius Off Road. Yeah, legitimately. If you have a chance to look at their website, it's pretty cool. They've got some action shots of Priuses doing donuts and stuff. It's pretty cool. They make they make tow packages, lift kits, skids, and light mounts for Priuses. And I
Dude.
do have a light mount for the Prius.
I'm seeing something, man. I'm seeing a really good future for this Prius. And I'm thinking, are you gonna like tow a small teardrop behind it? Something like that?
Maybe, but it's me, so I'd probably just throw an M104 on the back of that thing.
Yeah, right. weighs more than the Prius.
Yeah.
Just
If I can
get
find
an
a
ultralight?
reliable welder, I'll probably put like a gooseneck trailer hitch to like the middle of the roof.
Have you seen those old Beetles that have that?
The VWs,
That would be the dopest thing ever. I love
It's
it.
probably something. I have, like I said, I've got way too much free time.
No, that's perfect. No, but
no, I
that,
think-
as far as like, if you were to take that overlanding and do, obviously we're not trying to sink it, but if you were to take it and do, forest roads, some of the maybe a little bit harder off camber ones, I mean, you have a really low center of gravity. It's all wheel drive. You'd probably do okay. I mean, you'd be able to get to most places in Michigan with it. And at 50 miles to the gallon, 30 miles to the gallon, man, it does. I mean, I don't know, man, a little sprinter car like that to go and do something for the weekend, drive real far. I would not. I mean, that sounds really ideal to me for some purposes.
Absolutely.
And
can't
she
beat
can
it,
do
really.
Marblehead.
Yeah, she could do Marblehead.
Yeah.
Now I can do Marblehead.
She could have done Marblehead with it, not lifted with skid plates, but no, I mean that thing is so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. The only downside is the Prius Vs do not have the ability to mount a roof rack without some serious modification.
I'm sure you'll get that figured out. She's like, I'm working on it. We're mock fabbing it up. Get some cardboard out and some tape and start making some brackets.
Oh yeah, just wait till I have a shot, man. It's gonna be all bets are off.
Oh yeah, JD is like, she has so many different things going on between her Tacoma, her Prius, her little heater company that she's going to start up in the next 5 years, her leather punch, or her leather company where she's going to make like, she already told me she's going to make like backseat organizers out of the leather. Like it's going to be really cool.
I do miss having the shop space to do hobbies, but I'll be changing that in the next year or so that'll be good.
Yeah, I was gonna say you bought some property that you're gonna be heading up to soon, right?
Yeah, I move in the 1st. Not
That's
to
awesome.
the property, but I have to build a house on it yet. But just up to West Branch area.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be good. Maybe I can use the 1-car garage and the rental to get out the leathersmithing punches and make something cool. I don't know.
Yeah, do some patches. I mean, she's got so much skill. She could make money off of just staying at home if she had a shop. It's crazy.
See, it's liking people.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Well, that's why you get in touch with other people. So you just make them, and then you get in touch with people that have customer service skills, and then I help. I mean, they help, like take care of the rest. Then you never really have to talk to anybody.
That's true. I can just be a gremlin. That'd be nice.
That would be nice. I mean, that's the goal after all. I don't have any other skills other than customer service, so I had to use what I got.
That's a fair point. Fair point.
Right. But, to bring it back to a little bit more overlandy stuff here, you actually just recently did a pretty cool trip. As I understand it, you had some family down in North Carolina that were affected by the floods and stuff, right?
Yeah. So how that came about was I've got extended family that lives in the Asheville area, and they had elected to shelter in place when Hurricane Helene had hit. And they had been stranded for a while, and they had sent out a message for help saying that they were running out of supplies. At the same time, there was a guy on the MST group that had posted that he was planning on going to North Carolina because he also had family that needed help. And so Derek Van Spronen, I think that's how you say his name, Derek. He
VS Bro.
VS Bro is what it is.
Michigan's
why can't you pronounce my name?
lead influencer, off-road influencer.
Yeah, that guy. He's like, hey, well, why don't we do a supply run? So a couple of guys and me got together, and people started bringing in donations. Derek lent me his overlanding trailer. We filled that up, filled the back of my truck up, and right before we were supposed to leave, the rest of the group couldn't make it. Various obligations, they couldn't get work off, et cetera, et cetera. But like I said, I have way too much free time, so we made it work. And I took off down there, and I was originally going to connect with a group that was stationed in Black Mountain, which is one of the hardest hit areas. Signed up for their volunteer groups, was going to do a supply drop there. And at the last second, as I was going down, they said that people would just keep showing up to camp, and we have our volunteer list. It's full. We don't need you. If you're not nearby, then we're full. We don't have any more housing for anybody. So I was like, well, what do you do, right? You got a trailer full of supplies, a truck full of supplies. Where can you help? So my parents actually live outside of a town called Newport, which had also been flooded. But they had been doing some pretty concentrated efforts, and things had been moving along there. So I called up my dad. I was like, hey, look, I've got all these supplies, and we need to get them to people that need help. So my dad teamed up with me, and we loaded up one truck and took it all over along the river lines where all the smaller towns had just been wiped out by the hurricane, and just found supply drops, talked to locals. Where do we need help? Where are people trapped? Where do people need supplies? And people were just out there helping each other, and they gave us great direction. We were able to distribute a pretty decent amount of the supplies the first day. And then the second day we had the other half of the supplies in the trailer. So we headed out again, talked to some locals, and they said that there were some people that were pretty bad off along the Nolichucky River. Smaller trailers in the mountains, smaller communities, that sort of thing. So we dropped the rest of the supplies at a church that was cooking hot meals for people who didn't have any power, distributing water. And while we were there, they were like, go this direction. We haven't heard anything from the locals there. It's been several days. We don't know if they're okay. So obviously my truck is fairly capable, despite being heavy, to tackle some of those muddy roads, those washed out areas and everything like that. So we just took off, and they pointed us in the right direction, and we came across some people that needed some help, and we talked to them. It's a group of about 70 people, locals, and then around the area that were helping dig out roads, so people could get back to their homes if they had any homes left, farmers trying to get back to their fields, people looking for lost loved ones, that sort of thing. And so they were working on clearing out areas that had not been cleared yet. So they said, we haven't really had a good meal in a while. Could you get us meals? So we coordinated with the church, fed these guys, and then they couldn't believe how pretty my truck was.
Yeah.
And at that point, we hadn't gotten into too much deep mud. So they had asked if I could use my truck to drive up a road that they couldn't clear. They kept getting their equipment stuck. They wanted to see how far I could get with my heavy truck, because then they could move their work trucks further up the line. And that just minimized their risk of having to dig out one of their trucks that they're using to run supplies or whatever they
Right.
needed. And I couldn't say no.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
You know? So I did, and I got pretty far. They got farther than they thought I would, but they followed me with a track steer with a big old log claw on it to pull me out if I got stuck. And we got pretty far, so they were able to move their equipment up a pretty decent way, and then just keep pushing forward, looking for people stuck in houses, stuck in trailers, that sort of thing. So overall, it was a really good experience. I'd say it was really humbling. Just the absolute devastation that the storm caused. It was kind of hard to imagine seeing an area that was fully developed be wiped off the face of the earth, like nothing there. You
Right.
showed up to a spot and you're like, there's supposed to be a town here, there's supposed to be a trailer park here, there's supposed to be homes here, and it just looked like a flat floodplain. It just was
Wow.
mud and nothing.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty humbling, but more incredibly was the ingenuity of the people and the helpfulness of the people there. They were getting stuff done. Just in the few days that I was down there, they were opening roads that, well, anywhere else would have taken months to even get drivable, maybe.
Right.
They were getting them open. They were getting people help. And the selflessness that I saw was pretty incredible. You know, it was, we don't have much, but we've got enough. We know someone over on the other side of the mountain doesn't have enough to get through for the next day. So go to them, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Doing whatever they can to help each other out. And it was help from all over, but most of it was locals helping each other. So that was pretty cool.
It was such a unique event. Just how Helene hit, how everything kind of happened, and you don't typically see so much coverage on the issue from people. And I noticed going through social media like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, there are reels, there are videos of these people that are down there, and it's like one of the best ways to find out what's going on, because it's not, usually it's not made up or biased or anything. And just seeing the devastation down there was it, just like you said it. I mean, I seen it through a phone obviously, but it was pretty humbling to see even then, before and after pictures. But as you said, I seen a lot of people a lot of people coming together, people using equipment that maybe they shouldn't have been using, but you got to do what you got to do, and they were clearing roads and taking trees out of houses with it, and everyone's just coming together to do stuff.
That's one of the cool things about us Americans. I think back to, I think it was 2016 when Dallas had all those floods, and you just had big trucks, just random people driving through the water to get people out of their houses. You had people going with kayaks to deliver food. And the way that us Americans can come together when there's a catastrophe like that, it warms my heart.
Oh yeah, it does. I mean, what was it? Hay shortages here. What was that, a year or two ago? Or we had people from up here driving hay down to the south and stuff because of that. I mean, it speaks to, I think America gets shown in such a bad light sometimes that some people only look at the bad and the negative, but there's a lot of good that happens here. There's a lot of I don't know, there's a lot of people working together, especially when these things happen like Katrina That was another big one that we had. I mean, just crazy things happen. But Katrina, Helena, people using their personal helicopters to bring in, supplies and take people out. And
I would say most of from just being down in the area and talking to people, I talked to some emergency management groups and stuff like that, and it was most of those videos that you see of like dropping supplies via helicopter and like rescues and stuff like that, private people were lending other people their aircraft, to fly people supplies in using drones,
right,
et cetera. But I mean, it's
a great place for drones right there too. I mean, searching houses, searching areas that are inaccessible by vehicle at the time. That's one of the more important reasons. I mean, I guess, I was hearing a lot of stuff about FEMA not really being around. Did you see much of anything like that? I mean, I'm not to step out anywhere, but you know what I mean? But I'm just,
I will say what I saw. It was not much of our fellow people in blue. My last day, I did see FEMA coming out. They were with a group of environmentalists, and they did have a cadaver dog with them. But I did not see any relief efforts or research efforts than anything.
I only asked that to get a sense, because there was a lot of people saying that FEMA wasn't doing anything, or they were almost inhibiting in some ways, or slowing the progress, commandeering supplies in areas, and it would get to the point where people were just saying, "Hey, take this shit straight to a church." They have no right to they have, what is it? There's some kind of law. I think you're not allowed to pull supplies, or FEMA's not allowed to come into it, like church ground or somewhere that's been.
There was a little bit of tension regarding that. Some churches were having issues when they were feeding hot meals, because of the volume of people,
right,
that were being fed. I guess health code violations.
At that point,
yeah.
Like, what are you worried about? Are you worried about someone starving, or are you worried about, I mean, you have to decide to cut out like that red tape at some point. And when you're in a high level disaster situation like that, all hands on deck.
And that's kind of what it ended up being. The areas that were having issues with, supplies, they just splintered it off and just made it into smaller distributions and stuff like that. But I mean, ultimately it was a lot of pointing your fingers down the way. Hey, we got so-and-so on that side of the mountain. They need this and this. We have reports of people coming in. Our needs have changed. So, I mean, chaotically organized, I would say.
Yeah, right.
And it was
I know we had some companies here in Newaygo, Michigan, that were putting together semi trucks that were going down. That was it was pretty nice. I think, do you remember who it was, Alex?
I want to say it was AGO.
Yeah.
This is Editor Alex. I just want to say that it was not AGO. It was American Classics in Grant. They did a lot to try and get some stuff down there for the North Carolina relief.
AGO, there was some private, I think, but they were getting donations from everywhere. I mean,
I can find out real quick.
I think they did 3 semi-trailers full. But I mean, everyone was helping. Anyone who could. I had a 5-gallon water jug, but there was no way I was making it to you guys in time. That's like all I had. I was like, you got me right in my poor time, like in between paychecks, where I'm like if it was a Friday or it was a Saturday, I would have been good. But anything after that, I'm poor. So I was like, I don't remember what day you guys ended up heading out, but I was like, dude, there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up, the last minute change of like logistics actually timed it out to be really perfect, because I Tetrised the heck out of my truck. I was able to get, I consolidated all the donations into one thing. And
I've
How
that
long
was
did
got
it
a
take you to get down there?
Hmm?
How long did it take you to get down there?
I'm not fast. It took me about 9 or 10 hours to drive down there with the trailer.
It really doesn't sound that bad, honestly.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, I took my Utah trip to go look for rocks. I drove 11 hours, stayed the night, drove 11 hours back. So I can send it if I need to.
Right.
So
Could not do that. I'd be passing out.
the key
Alex
is
knows.
singing to the radio
Yeah,
and just
it
letting the
doesn't.
decision happen.
I let the radio on as loud as I can, windows down, cold as it could be, and I just get narcoleptic. So
my key for staying awake on long drives is turn on Family Guy or American Dad. One of those two.
I'm not a huge fan of those. So like they
Neither
would
am I.
annoy the shit out of me.
That's why I stay awake.
Funny. I haven't had too much of an issue staying awake on long trips. I took a trip to Texas. It's a long story. I won't go into details with it, but the longest round trip that I've ever done was 4 hours to the San Luis Valley, 16 hours to Texas, 5 hours in Texas, and then I flew back. So it was most of that time in a car.
I did Sierra Vista, Arizona to Nuevo, Michigan in like a little over 30 hours.
I can't do that anymore, man. I used to be able to like game and stay up for probably, I don't know, 18 to 20 some hours, like no big deal. Just get up, go to work, come back, game, do it all over. And, it wasn't never a big deal. Now, dude, if I'm up for more than 8 hours, I'm narcoleptic. I'm just passing out. Because it really talks to sleep quality when you have a kid. Like my son just drains all the energy out of me. I don't like my CPAP is pumping at full blast. Like it's like having an air compressor hooked up to your mouth all night.
Sounds like you need to get a house battery set up. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I know. I have the little battery, the little Anchor 515, the little battery cell, and I've been debating on bringing that in, but I don't sleep I sleep good when I do fall asleep, but I don't sleep a lot at night when I'm camping anyway, so I just don't end up bringing it. I don't get a lot of deep REM sleep, so but yeah, my sleep apnea was so damn bad that I don't know if I could ever do more than 8 hours at this point. I know we did our 1,200-mile trip into the UP, and I was like, I gotta pull over. Let's take a nappy. I need a nap right here.
Just power off for a second.
Oh, I did. I was like, Sienna, please just handle the kid. I just reclined my seat. Like, I take a nap right here. I go bed. It was embarrassing. I'm like, I shouldn't have to do this. I don't know what's wrong with me. And they go to the doctors, and they're like, severe is like 40 on the AHI scale or whatever. You're at 50.9. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm pretty lucky in the health department, I guess. I'm sure it'll hit me with the freight train soon.
How old are you now?
I'm 32.
What?
Yeah. What? You think I'm younger or older?
I thought you were like 21, if that. What the hell?
I was thinking like 24, so even I was way off.
30. They say everything happens in your 30. I'm about to hit 30, and I'm like, bro, I'm already hurting.
Yeah, my back
I do.
is 80 years old.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I have a stress fracture in my back, so that I don't love that, but it doesn't help that I weigh about as much as 3 people, so that's kind of my main concern. I need to cool down with the Speedway taquitos or something.
But
they're
they
just
taste so good.
So good, dude. Nothing beats it.
The French toast ones with the sausage and French toast. Oh my god.
You know that I'm fat when I have a middle school page that I made on Facebook that is literally titled Monsters and Pop-Tarts for Breakfast. And that was like a it was like, so I was chunky throughout all of school. We need change here. I need to get out and film more when I'm out overlanding. I think that's the issue. I need to actually get out and film more.
Let Sienna do the driving while you get out and do some filming.
Well, I don't know. I want to be able to get home, but like and that's nothing. She just has zero experience, so she would like try to straddle like an off-camber situation, and she'd just she'd go right in.
No, I did that last time when we went on Austin's trip. Got a few wheels off the ground.
Yeah. Where was that? That was actually that was Yuma. We did Yuma.
Was it?
Yeah. The Yuma trails around that loop.
Was it that that part you said was bad last time that was like a cake?
Yeah, the one where we all got out and spotted, JD.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? Was that the place you're talking about?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I walked that out in like 2-wheel drive. It was I'm sitting here, I was telling Alex and Mark about it. I'm like, oh dude, this thing was cool, you know. And we went through it and everyone walked through it in 2-wheel drive. And
we were pretty much 2-wheel all the time.
I swear to God, it was way worse. Like we all had to get out and it was like way cooler back then. And he's like, mm-hmm.
I can't remember if I probably put it in 4-wheel a couple times on the trail. But that one, I tried to straddle that rut and the bank gave way and I was just like, oh, we're looking straight down.
Yeah. Yeah, it was way steeper than before.
Yeah.
And then he tried taking the power lines and the power lines were so much fun.
Who tried to pull
didn't we do the power lines?
What'd you say?
I just wanted to know who tried to pull Austin out the first time, then he got stuck.
Ed.
Okay.
Yeah. Ed and then Zeke, which was driving the same thing Ed was, just way crazier outfitted.
Those are 5th gen 4Runners for listeners.
Yes. 5th gen 4Runners. And so we had to kind of get Ed unstuck first. And then once Ed got unstuck, we had to direct him through swampy cattail brush to get Zeke in front of that. And then Zeke had to pull him out. And then Zeke was stuck trying to get up there. So I have some videos of him just spinning on my Instagram. It was crazy. And then that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was trying to get back through one of the holes that we originally had all went through, like no big deal.
Yep.
And because I was the last person through, I had to go back through it first. And they gave the guy with like no mud tires, no lift, like they're like, you go first. And my rear bumper and hitch dug that hole, so I fell into that hole. And I was just reverse drive, and I dug a ramp for everybody else.
It was really nice of you. Really nice of you.
Yeah, you know, I'm here for the people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, we had some good times over there. Yuma was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think any of us needed lockers or anything either.
Well, who needs lockers anyway?
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes you just trade down because you want to make things harder on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you wanted some challenge. It was too easy.
I can definitely say that I miss my locker.
Right.
Did you ever even have it to begin with, Alex?
Well, I used it that one time in Everett.
Yeah, one time.
And then
it didn't work again. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to get together and we have to do a trip up there at Everett. I think Everett's got some stuff that was a little worse than Austin's.
I was about to say, this last group, I think they hit it at a really wet time because that was all the clips I've seen is the gnarliest I've seen ever in a while.
Yeah. But we'll have to get together and do something like that in spring or something. Or JD, are you done for the year? As far as like overlanding? Or are you gonna keep going?
No, probably not. So the truck's going in the shop to get completely redone on the bottom half.
Mhm.
And that'll put me out for a little while. But I don't know if you're familiar with a guy named Marvin. He goes to Rigs and Coffee every once in a while. He's an older guy. He has a white GX.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, so he's got a white GX. He wants to do an ice roads trip through Canada.
That'd be pretty fun.
That would be fun.
Oh, he keeps messaging me about it. Like, if he says it enough, I'm gonna do it, and I'm probably gonna do it because
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. If I get set up like that next year, we'll have to do something like that.
I mean, Marvin, I had a hard time keeping up with him. He has a mostly stock GX. And we went on a Canada trip midsummer-ish, and he was sending it. It handled really well.
It's surprising how well those GXs handle. We had Nathan, I want to say, or Nicholas, who had that pretty stock GX with Wild Peaks, and he took that same thing that we did, and he did everything else we did pretty well.
He just made everything look really easy.
Yeah, that was sad.
It's like, I haven't done this before. I was like, it's the tools, not the operator, clearly.
Yeah, obviously, you're well set up for this.
This is my 15 grand I've got in my truck, just making me look like a fool out there.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, hey, we really appreciate you coming on here talking about your story.
Thanks for having me.
We love having the Prius talk. The North Carolina talk was really cool.
Oh my God, there's a cat.
Oh yeah. I have a 20-pound Maine Coon mix.
Oh my God.
I really wish that my 20-pound Maine Coon mix was up here because I would show him to you.
This thing is massive.
His name is Mango.
And a guard dog.
Yeah, well, he's pretty much a dog. He plays fetch. He also knows how to take the screens out of windows. And he knows how to open a door that has a pull handle. He can also reach the door handles because he's so big.
Yeah, I've got an orange one, and he can open doors if he wants to.
It's the Maine Coon, man. They have an extra brain cell, and it's a
just the one. Yep,
one extra one. That's all they need.
My cat's orange, so he's missing one to begin with.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true with the cat world.
Yeah,
anybody who's had orange cat knows they are just one of the dumbest cats out there.
Oh yeah,
they're also one of the most loving, but
they are, but they are smooth brain.
Smooth brain. Me too.
Yeah, so that was Mango. He just wanted to stop in and see why I've got my attention on anything other than him.
Yeah, fair enough. Sounds like my son.
Yeah.
Which he's making noises right now. So yeah, thankfully. Yeah, I sound deadened my room. So, or his room, technically. It's the nursery. So I'm going to feel really upset when I have to give it back to him.
He won't even appreciate it.
He won't. Dang kids. So I should have got a cat.
I'll lend you Mango, but you got to keep your kid too. Like I'm not trading.
This is a bad trade.
That is a bad trade.
Bad trade. Yeah. Well, you'll have to see him. He's walking around now. I think the last time you saw him, he was barely crawling.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say because it was pretty late at night by the time he actually just chilled out. So
that's true. Yeah. Well, he's walking around now. He's got teeth. He's getting into shit. So he's being a menace, but it's fun. Like Derek's kids, he's gonna have like 11 years of off-roading skill before he's even 12. So
how it should be.
Yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate you on here. I think we're gonna have to wrap up our little session today. It was really cool hearing about the North Carolina and all the effort that we, not we as in the group, but we as in a people, put into it, and just good seeing everything coming together. So,
yeah, yep, I would agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate you on here. We'll have to get you on here for another one after one of our MST trips.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll do some post trip stuff.
After the Canada Ice Road, that's when I want her on here.
Yeah.
You'll find that I have very interesting near-death experiences, so that one's definitely going to test the waters on my divine benevolence, if you will.
Yes. Yeah, I like how you put that. Yeah, we'll have to get you on here after your Ice Road Truckers episode. We'll have to
It's probably going to have something to do with like my diesel heater failed in the Arctic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this nice little like clickbait, like diesel heater failed. But you don't know that I'm JD, so I fixed it within minutes with a leather punch and electrical tape.
It's a small toolkit and a can-do attitude, my friend.
Yeah, that's all you need. I like that. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for getting on here, guys. Alex, Mark, and JD. We'll talk to you guys later.
Yep. Catch you later.
Later.